What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Okay, so now it's time for us to listen to what these politicians are talking about when it comes to Social Security reform. Okay, so we're talking about Social Security increase, or at least some politicians are talking about a Social Security increase. And then we have other politicians that are talking about just protecting Social Security, so some type of reform for Social Security. So that could mean taxing more people, or that could mean actually cutting the program. So we're going to have to see what these politicians are saying when it comes to this. So there was a hearing about 3 weeks ago, and what I'm doing, and I've been doing this for the last couple of days, I've been rolling out some of the experts, letting you guys hear from the experts. Now it's time for us to listen to what these politicians are actually saying. And as we watch these clips, we'll have a better idea of where they want to go when it comes to Social Security. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, today we're going to listen to Senator Wyden. He's going to be talking about Social Security reform. Here we go.
Committee, we will proceed with opening statements by myself and the ranking member, and then hear from our really terrific array of witnesses here. But I have offered our distinguished chairman of the Finance Committee, who has an enormous role in all of this, the opportunity to give a short opening statement before I proceed and Senator Grassley proceeds. So, Senator Wyden, please
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you and Senator Grassley for this courtesy, and I'm going to be very brief. Consistently, our colleagues on the other side of the aisle are writing tax legislation that gives billionaires a free pass. You don't have to take my word for these billionaire opportunities, because they get outlined on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal. For example, Republicans consistently offer proposals that they state will protect Americans with under $400,000 in income from audits and bureaucratic hoops. We Democrats strongly agree that those with incomes of less than $400,000 shouldn't face those burdens. What Republicans don't tell the billionaires, that, as I say, is again on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal, is that billionaires often don't report income close to $400,000 because they live off their borrowings. So this can exempt them from bureaucratic hoops like audits, exempt them from taxes for years on end. And we've got a number of finance members, all of whom I like very much. Unfortunately, the Republican response has been, who cares? Well, I'll tell you, and I'll close with this, and I thank my colleagues all for their courtesy. The people who care are firefighters and nurses and teachers, because they pay taxes with every single paycheck. And Social Security recipients, care, which is why what Senator Whitehouse and Senator Grassley are doing is so important. So we are going to keep fighting for a billionaire income tax. We're going to do it in a way that ensures that billionaires can continue to be very successful, have wonderful lives. We all support that. Every one of us supports that. But we also believe that there ought to be some fairness. And I thank you for your courtesy, Senator Whitehouse, to all of my colleagues for letting me do this. We got lots of finance members, and I'm looking forward to having a real debate with my colleagues on the point that I've made. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Senator Wyden. Now, he was talking about the fact that you have millionaires and billionaires, and they have creative bookkeeping. So you have people who make a lot of money, but it's money through their investments. It's not money through the salary that they make. They might make 80 or 90,000 on the books. That's what it says their salary is. But when it comes to all the investments, that's what they're living off. And sometimes people will borrow money. Billionaires will borrow money on their own investments. That way they don't have to pay taxes. And so obviously this is a problem, and this would be a major problem for Social Security, because if you're going to raise the cap and say that people making $400,000 or more will have to start paying into the payroll tax again, you have these billionaires and millionaires that are finding ways to not have to pay this. And so who gets hurt in the end? People on Social Security that really desperately need the money. Millionaires and billionaires don't need Social Security, and so it's not going to impact them the same. But I just thought it was very interesting because you do have politicians that are saying this, and they're using this to say, we don't need to raise taxes on people making $400,000 or more. And the reason why we don't need to raise taxes on them is because they're not going to pay the taxes anyway. And so we'd be wasting our time. And so that's the argument there. Let's not do it because they're going to get away with it anyway. And honestly, it's really not a good argument, because basically you're just surrendering to millionaires and billionaires and saying, well, they're going to get away with it anyway, so we're not even going to attempt to tax them. So there have been other things they've been talking about taxing. We heard some of the experts. If you haven't seen those videos, go back and watch those videos. And the reason that I started with those videos from the experts is because the experts, they tend to be nonpartisan. Now we're going to be listening to some politicians. They're very partisan, obviously, and they're going to attack each other on the issues. And so the bottom line is, people making $400,000 or more, if you were to make them, tax them more, you will have millionaires and billionaires trying to get away from having to pay that, but you can also tax their investments and things like that. There's different ways that you can do this in order to make it make sense. But the argument right now is we shouldn't tax these people because they're not going to pay the taxes anyway. So that's the argument. And so that's currently the argument against raising taxes on people making $400,000 or more. I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think we should just surrender and say, well, millionaires and billionaires are going to get away with it, so we're not even going to attempt to tax them? Or do you think we should actually tax them, and if they're trying to get away with it, we should tax them in different ways? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.